Gong Hee Fa Choi, or however it's really pronounced. Happy Chinese New Year's, everyone. Or happy Chinese New Year. I've had the pleasure, the joy of being I guess it was in Beijing, and I think once in Hong Kong uh, on Chinese New Year's, and the feeling, the atmosphere is palpable. It is just it's just a wonderful feeling, and it lasts for a while, and it's a very colorful time. And in honor of that, before we sort of finish up our discussion on Layla today, coming from the Book of Lies, I threw the Ching to give us all an oracle for the Chinese New Year by vulgar reckoning 2023. And I won't interpret it other than the I Ching that I'm using is my own semi-obscene I Ching of Milo that I made this special edition up for the Monday Night Magic class, and I've got a less perverse and vulgar one that I've got in the Book of Ordinary Oracles, but this is sort of a fun one. But nevertheless, it's my best shot at a quick and dirty interpretation based on the Wilhelm Baines Jung edition that is my favorite I Ching. But anyway, just prior to this, I took 5 quarters and 1 penny. And I said, let's give my morning people the Chinese New Year oracle for today. And I threw them. And I came to hexagram 37. And that penny represented the moving line. And it landed in the 5th position. That's from the bottom. Okay, so it's 37. If you're I Ching folks out there, that's 37. With 5 in the moving line, or the moving line is number 5, which turns it to hexagram 22. And just briefly consulting the I Ching of Milo, 37, the oracle, Chinese New Year, Gong Hee Fa Choi for 2023. 37, the family, the clan. The functional family models the functional society. The dysfunctional family models, you know. Back up your words with proper example. Do as I say must really mean do as I do. The moving line is number 5. Dad is so cool. He doesn't try to terrorize us. We follow his orders because we know he loves us. When that line moves from an unbroken line to a broken line, which is what a moving line does, it then turns to 22. Grace. You're sensitive and mellow. The perfect mood to do small things that please the eye and heart. However, it's not the perfect mood to be in when you need to make earth-shaking decisions. So that is our oracle in a brief way. I'll just kind of repeat that for you. The family, the clan. Functional family models functional society. Dysfunctional family molds, you know. Back up your words with the proper example. Do as I say must really mean do as I do. Moving line, Dad is so cool, he doesn't try to terrorize us. We follow his orders because we know he loves us. Turning to 22, grace. You're sensitive and mellow, the perfect mood to do small things that please the eye and heart. However, it's not the perfect mood to be in when you need to make earth-shaking decisions. Milo has spoken. Okay, there are other L.A.L.A.H chapters that are in the Book of Lies, okay? We left off yesterday with, I believe, the 68 or 74. Anyway, there are several others that mention Layla, but the main one, and that's what we're going to end today's or this series of Layla comments with. The main one is number 77, and that's the one that includes this picture here like this. Now I'm going to show you kind of just an example of the formatting of the Book of Lies. This is, I'm going to use as an example, 74. Now there's the Greek lettering, meaning chapter 74. And then the title is Carey Street. Okay, then there's the text. And I've written the numbers for each of the lines because in Crowley's comments, he comments on them line by line, and it sort of helped me go back and forth as I'm studying this. Okay, but see, there's the number, there's the Greek chapter number, and there's the title, then there's the text. But 77 is a little different because 77 has, there's the number, there's the Greek chapter number, OZ. Well, the Greek alphabet, similar to the Hebrew alphabet, is Oyin, Zayin in Hebrew, and that's Oz. But that huge thing, the sublime and supreme septenary, in its mature magical manifestation through matter, as it is written, at he goat also. That's the title. Okay? And the text is that one word, Layla. And the picture, the illustration, is also part of the text, with Layla spelled out with a period after each of the capital letters in the name, as if it was a formulaic letter, like INRI or vitriol or trink or any of those other kind of alchemical formulaic treatment of letters. So, what we're stuck with to figure out all of that is a commentary Crowley wrote on it, which is a pretty lengthy, as commentaries go in the Book of Lies. It's a pretty lengthy one. And remember, the commentaries were written years, I don't know the exact number of years, after the text of the Book of Lies was first printed. So the original publication of the Book of Lies is just the texts, no commentary. So it's a little book. It's a little tiny book about the size of a pamphlet almost. Only it's and every page of that original first edition was trimmed in black. And as a young enthusiastic zealot, I took a magic marker and I trimmed all my pages in black on this Weiser edition because I thought it was cool. Dad's so cool. So today I'm going to spend the rest of the Sunday school today on Crowley's comment on the title, The Sublime and Supreme Septenary. 7. In its mature, magical manifestation through matter, as it is written, and he-goat also. Now, sublime and supreme septenary. 3 S's. If you're got your calculator out, make a figure it out and make a comment, okay? In its mature, magical manifestation through matter. 4 M's. Okay. Mature, magical manifestation through matter. 4 M's. 3 S's. 7. As it is written, and he-goat also. L.A.Y.L.A.H is the text. L.A.Y.L.A.H. And it's not treated like the L.A.Y.L.A.H here with all caps and the periods with the formulaic thing. It was just simply L.A.Y.L.A.H. Just like her name. The only cap is the first L. Okay, here is his commentary, OZ. And it's chapter 77. 77 is the number of L.A.Y.L.A.H. And he puts that in parentheses, okay? And he spells it out like that, L-A.I.L.A.H. Because I think that's the spelling of Layla, Arabic or something, meaning night. To whom this chapter is wholly devoted. The first section of the title is an analysis of 77, considered as a mystic number. And perhaps those 3 S's and 4 M's is part of that analysis. 7, the septenary. Now, 11 is the magical number of 11 is the magical number. 77, the manifestation, therefore, of the septenary. 11 is the magical number, and 7 is the root. 7, the septenary. 11, the magical number. "77 is the manifestation, therefore, of the septenary. Through matter, because 77 written in Hebrew is Oyin Zayin, just like we had yesterday with Oyin. Excuse me. There we go. Oyin, the devil. Zayin, lovers. Oyin Zayin, O-Z, and he-goat is the symbol of matter. Capricornus, the devil in the tarot, which is the picture of the goat of the Sabbath upon an altar, worshipped by two other devils, male and female. Now, here's sort of the classic image he was working on in these days. Remember, he was doing this long before, years, decades before the Thoth Tarot was designed and made. So here is the goat of the Sabbath upon an altar, worshipped by two other devils, male and female. Now, just for your information, that's the Thoth Tarot goat of the Sabbath, and it is in a hardly disguised version of an erect phallus and testicles. And the two worshippers down below are each of the testicles. There's the male, and actually you can see the devil right there at the top, male looking up in profile. See his beard and his pointy Renaissance-y beard and the horns. There's the male section, and there's the polite female section. Okay, so there's the two worshipers. You can. I saw what you did. Okay. So, I'll take it again. Through matter, because 77 is written in Hebrew, Oyin, Zayin, and he-goat, the symbol of matter. Capricornus, the devil of the tarot, which is the picture of the goat of the Sabbath upon an altar, worshipped by two other devils, male and female. As will be seen from the photogravure insert opposite, that's that wonderful picture of Layla there, Layla is herself not devoid of devil, unquote, but as she habitually remarks on being addressed in terms implying this fact, says, "It's nice to be a devil when you're one like me." So I just can't resist. It's fun to be a devil when you're one like me. Okay. The text needs no comment. Layla is the text. But will be noticed that it is much shorter than the title. Now, the devil of the tarot is the phallus, the redeemer, and Layla symbolizes redemption. To Frater P, anyway, or Frater Perdurabo. The number 77, also interpreted as in the title, is the redeeming force. Okay. The sublime and supreme septenary in its mature magical manifestation through matter. As it is written, is the he-goat, just to remind you what it is. The number 77, also interpreted as the title in the redeeming force. The ratio of the length of the title and the text is the key to the true meaning of the chapter. And here's where the Kabbalists can sharpen their pencils. The ratio of the length of the title and the text is the key to the true meaning of the chapter, which is that redemption is really as simple as it appears complex. that the names or the veils of truth are obscure and many. The truth itself is plain and one. But that the latter must be reached through the former. This chapter is therefore an apology, were one needed, for the Book of Lies itself. In these few simple words, it explains the necessity of the book and offers it humbly, yet with confidence, as a means of redemption to the world of sorrowing man. The name, with full stops, L.A.Y.L.A.H, represents an analysis of the name, which may be left to the ingenuum of the advanced practicus. And remember, love always yieldeth, love always hardeneth, from a previous chapter. So that's where we're going to leave it for Sunday school. If you've got a Book of Lies, and along with this commentary, go to chapter 77. And if you're enamored or fascinated with Kabbalistic gymnastics and such, read this over again and play, if you will, because Crowley actually advises us to do that. Conclusions that you come to are your own revelations. Okay, you can post your findings on Facebook or establish a whole freaking religion off of it if you want. But like all Kabbalistic revelations that you personally come across, okay, the significance of them is primarily and perhaps exclusively for your own spiritual edification, and is sometimes very, very boring to other Kabbalists who don't appreciate the universal profundity of your discoveries. And that's my Sunday school wisdom for today. Happy Chinese New Year, Gong Hei Fat Choi, or however it's pronounced. Until tomorrow, continue to be good to yourself, be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will.